coming from a refugee family from 1948. I was born to a village here close by to Hebron called Hahul, and I live today in Beth. It's a refugee life, so you never know. And I was born to a very political family. My mother joined the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, in the 70s. She became one of the leaders of the PLO. Then she was arrested for several times. The first time she was arrested in 1982 when I was 10 years old. And I remember visiting her in the prison, and I couldn't hug her. I didn't understand politics or the principles of this conflict, but I became a very angry child. After that, the whole environment just lead you to be angry or to hate. And I always amazed by people asking me why Palestinian kids teach their kids to hate. I don't think if you live in a refugee camp you need anyone to teach you how to hate. It makes the job for you. And I become a very active member of Fatah movement. And when the first Intifada, the Palestinian uprising in 1987 started, that was my chance to throw this anger and to raise up my voice and my call for freedom and independence. I became an activist. Then I was arrested when I was 17 years old. I spent 3 months in the prison. And going to prison for me, or being part of this environment, was very strange, because I could never expect that the Palestinian political prisoners are so organized inside. Then I found out that they have created 5 committees to lead their life and to manage their relation with the Israeli authority. And so there was an education, management, security, national and negotiation committee. It's like a state inside the prison. And it influenced me a lot, where I have to sit in a circle twice to discuss some issue with prisoners. And they give you a list of books that you have to read. People has to learn languages. I have learned some English and Hebrew. Actually, my Hebrew language is like my Arabic. And when I was released, everyone treat you as a hero. I was 17 years old child, but they gave me more than my age, more than the credibility that I got from my society, especially being a son of my mother, was so high. Then it just pushed me more to be engaged. Then I was arrested again with my mother. So finally she spent 5 years in the prison, and I spent 4 years in the prison. And all of these years, like going to the best university that you can imagine. And people even were not allowed to swear. You don't see criminal environment. I did it once, I swear God, then I washed the dishes for 3 days. And but the first encounter with non-violence was actually inside the prison, because the only tool in our hand to achieve more conditions, more good conditions, was like hunger strike. So I struggled for 17 days with 5,000 Palestinian political prisoners to have better conditions, but also I wanted to visit my mother in her other prison. So after 17 days of struggling, I could succeed to visit her after 3 years, where we both were to prison, and I could succeed to see that there is something powerful inside me than my physical action, which is my humanity. The best way was for me to see my humanity is to get engaged with myself, not even with the other side. That was the first step that I have knew inside me, that there is a human being who's strong, and he can achieve things with nothing. So you don't need a weapon to fight a wrong idea. It's just to believe in yourself more and to dig deeply in your soul, in your mind, in your thoughts, and to allow this human being inside you to give up feeling a victim. And at the moment you give up feeling a victim, you become a creator, you become a leader. The whole planet supports you. Nothing can stand in front of you. Then I was released. I become very proud. I was released with my mother actually as a part of the Oslo peace agreement between both sides, and I become a high officer in the Palestinian security. But I remember the bus which picked us from the prison, drive and goes to Jericho, where the Palestinian Authority started, Jericho and Gaza, in 1994. Then I was expecting to go back home, then we were told that they have released 3,600 prisoners and there is 280 of them are forbidden to go back home because they consider extremist or dangerous. And I was one of them. Then from the first moment something my hope was hurt. What is this peace? I am part of it. I am a leader of Fatah movement which lead the peace process with the state of Israel. And how come? Why? I couldn't agree about that. Next morning I pick up my brother ID and I pass the checkpoint and I went back home. Because if you want to break a law, you break a law. Nothing can prevent you. Nothing. Especially if this law considered to be for you is illegal. And I went back home. I served as an officer to get salary actually. And I didn't go deeply to politics like before, but I went mostly to social services and the Palestinian issue is so mixed, politics, religion, social activities. And I become also like one of the leaders in the region of preparing the Palestinian society to switch from being a society of revolution and intifada to become secular. What I mean is, instead of serving political parties leading resistance against Israel, to switch and to serve community where violence has to consider to be a crime, because this is the normal law for any state.